Members of the Congress, I'm not a president who likes to see Mexicans leave our country searching for opportunities abroad. I want to say to the migrants, all those who are working really hard for this great country, that we admire them, we miss them, we are working hard for their rights, and we are working really hard for Mexico and for their families. I am convinced that a comprehensive immigration reform is also crucial to securing our common border. However, I strongly disagree with the recently adopted law in Arizona. It is a law that not only ignores a reality that cannot be erased by decree, but also introduces a terrible idea using racial profiling as a basis for law enforcement. And that is why I agree with the President, who said the new law carries a great amount of risk when core values that we all care about are breached. One of the main changes taking place in Mexico is our commitment to firmly establish the rule of law. That is why we are deploying the full force of the state to confront organized crime with determination and courage. We cannot ignore the fact that the challenge to our security has roots on both sides of the border. At the end of the day, its origin is the high demand for drugs here and in other places. We are fulfilling our duty as a good neighbor, taking care of business in our side of the border. The U.S. is also helping. However, there is one issue where Mexico needs your cooperation, and that is stopping the flow of assault weapons and other deadly arms across the border. You will notice that the violence in Mexico started to grow a couple of years before I took office in 2006. This coincides, at least, with the lifting of the assault weapons ban in 2004. I will ask Congress to help us with respect and to understand how important it is for us that you enforce current laws to stem the supply of these weapons to criminals and consider reinstating the assault weapons ban. Climate change is one of humanity's more pressing threats. Global warming demands the commitment of all nations, both developed and developing countries. That is why Mexico was the first developing country to commit to emissions reduction targets and programs. Because of your global leadership, we will need your support to make the meeting in Cancun next November a success. Madam Speaker, I have come here as your neighbor, as your partner, as your ally, and as your friend. Our two great nations are joined by geography and by history, but more important, we are joined by a shared, brilliant future. I believe in the future of North America as the strongest, most prosperous region in the world. That is possible.